9 trained hikers entered the Soviet mountains in February 1959. Weeks later, every one of them was dead. Their tent had been cut open. From the inside, some bodies were barefoot. Some had crushed ribs. One had a fractured skull. And the official Soviet explanation was only 6 words: a compelling unknown force. More than 60 years later, the Dyatlov Pass incident remains one of the most disturbing unsolved cases in modern history. These were not amateurs. They were students and graduates of the Ural Polytechnic Institute, one of the Soviet Union's serious engineering schools during the Cold War. Their leader was Igor Dyatlov, a 23-year-old radio engineering student known for discipline, technical skill, and experience in winter expeditions. The group included Zinaida Kolmogorova, Yuri Doroshenko, Rustem Slobodin, Lyudmila Dubinina, Alexander Kolevatov, Georgy Krivonishenko, Nikolai Thibeaux-Brignol, Semyon Zolotaryov, and one more member originally joined, Yuri Yudin. But before the dangerous stage of the journey, illness forced him to turn back. That decision saved his life. He would become the only member of the expedition to survive. These hikers were trained in skiing, navigation, winter endurance, and route planning. They were attempting a Category 3 route, one of the most difficult classifications in the Soviet system. They expected hardship. They did not expect extinction. The team departed in late January 1959. Their mission was to cross the northern Ural Mountains and reach Mount Otorten, remote, frozen, wind-exposed, almost empty of human life. Temperatures in the region could fall below -30°C. Strong winds could erase tracks within hours. Communication was minimal. Rescue access was slow. This was not a place where mistakes were corrected. It was a place where mistakes were buried. The hikers documented their progress with photographs and journals. They laughed. They posed in the snow. They joked with each other. Nothing in those final images suggests fear. Then, sometime after February 1st, everything changed. The team was expected to send word when they reached Bitsai, a settlement at the end of the route. No message came. At first, no one panicked. Delays were common in winter expeditions. But days passed, then more days. Families became worried. The university became worried. Eventually, search teams were organized. Students, volunteers, local Mansi hunters, military personnel, dogs, aircraft. When rescuers entered the mountains, they expected injury, perhaps frostbite. Perhaps someone lost. What they found instead became legend. On February 26th, searchers located the group's tent on the slope of Kholat Syakhl, a name often translated as Mountain of the Dead. The tent was partially buried in snow, but still standing. Inside were boots, warm clothing, food, cameras, supplies, axes, blankets, personal belongings. The hikers had left nearly everything needed to survive. Then investigators noticed the detail that changed the entire case. The fabric had been slashed open from the inside. Not open normally, cut, as if escape through the door was too slow. As if something outside, or inside, made seconds matter. Why would experienced hikers abandon shelter in sub-zero darkness? Without shoes, that question still drives the mystery today. Below the tent, investigators found footprints leading downhill. Some wore socks, some wore one shoe, some were barefoot, and the tracks did not show a chaotic sprint. They appeared controlled, measured. The group had walked away, not run wildly, not scattered immediately. This matters. because it suggests they left under pressure. But with some level of coordination, whatever frightened them did not produce instant madness. It triggered urgent evacuation. That is very different. Roughly 1.5 kilometers from the tent, near a cedar tree at the forest edge, 2 bodies were found. Yuri Doroshenko, Georgy Krivonishenko. They were badly underdressed, nearly bare. Nearby were remains of a small fire. Branches on the cedar were broken high above the ground. Some believed one or both had climbed the tree to look for the tent, to watch for danger, to survive. Both men showed signs of severe cold exposure. Their hands were damaged. Some injuries appeared consistent with desperate attempts to stay warm near flame. Imagine the scene: darkness, wind, no shelter, no boots, and 2 men feeding twigs into a dying fire. Between the cedar tree and the tent, 3 more bodies were found. Igor Dyatlov, Zinaida Kolmogorova, Rustem Slobodin. All positioned roughly in a line toward camp. It appeared they were trying to return, trying to reach the tent, trying to recover clothing, tools, or shelter. They never made it. Dyatlov was found with one hand near a tree branch. Slobodin had a skull fracture. Kolmogorova showed bruising and facial injuries. 5 were now dead, but 4 were still missing. And the strangest evidence had not yet appeared. Snow covered the mountains for months, only after thawing in May were the remaining bodies discovered in a ravine under several meters of snow. These were Lyudmila Dubinina, Semyon Zolotaryov, Alexander Kolevatov, Nikolai Thibeaux-Brignol. Unlike the first victims, some of these bodies wore extra clothing. Some garments had been taken from those who died earlier. Classic survival behavior, but their injuries shocked investigators. Dubinina had massive chest trauma. Zolotaryov had severe rib fractures. Thibeaux-Brignol had major skull damage. Yet external wounds were limited. No obvious signs of a brutal fight. No knife massacre. No gunshots. No clear assault pattern. The force required to break bones this way was compared to a car crash. How could that happen in an isolated frozen ravine? Some soft tissues were missing. Dubinina's tongue, parts of facial tissue, eyes from some victims. This fueled decades of horror stories. But forensic specialists later noted that bodies exposed in running water, snow movement, decomposition, and scavenging environments can lose soft tissues selectively, meaning the most shocking details may not be murder evidence. They may be post-mortem environmental damage. Even so, the public never forgot them. After the investigation, authorities closed the case. Cause of death: an unknown compelling force. No murder charges. No clear avalanche declaration. No military admission. No complete explanation. The files were archived for years. Secrecy amplified suspicion. Because whenever governments refuse precision, people invent monsters. Over decades, many theories emerged. Murder by local tribesmen, weak evidence, no matching tracks. Escaped prisoners, no confirmed signs. Yeti attack, popular fiction. No credible basis. Secret weapons testing. Possible in theory. Weak direct proof. Infrasound panic. Interesting, but difficult to prove. Radiation event. Some clothing showed contamination, but not enough to settle the case. Avalanche, long dismissed by some, because the slope seemed too mild. But modern science would revisit this. Recent studies suggest a more realistic scenario: a small slab avalanche, or delayed snow collapse. Not a Hollywood avalanche, not a giant white wave. a compact mass of dense snow striking the tent area. After the team had cut into the slope to pitch camp, this could explain sudden danger, crushing chest injuries, immediate evacuation, damaged tent access, loss of orientation in blizzard conditions. The group retreats downhill to the trees, builds fire. Some try to return, others create shelter in the ravine. More snow collapses, cold finish the rest. No conspiracy required, only weather, terrain, darkness, and human limits. The Dyatlov Pass incident survives because it sits between two truths. The event was probably natural, but the experience was still terrifying. 9 intelligent, capable young people face something severe enough to abandon shelter half-dressed in the night. That alone is horrifying. Mystery does not always mean supernatural. Sometimes mystery is simply what panic looked like before anyone survived to describe it. The mountain remains there, silent. Tourists now visit the memorial. Roads are easier, maps are better, gear is stronger. But one thing has not changed. If winter strips away heat, light, direction, and time, human beings become fragile very quickly. And somewhere in the dark Ural snow, 9 voices were lost. Before they could explain what happened, what do you think happened that night? Avalanche, military secrecy, human error, or something still missing from the record? Comment below, and subscribe to Paradox Lab Files for more real mysteries backed by evidence.